what are the key business objectives that the Mary Kay team is trying to achieve with FourKites?
The first one is just the real-time visibility piece and improving customer service by getting that real-time visibility. So prior to implementing FourKites, our ETAs on our shipments and the ETA tracking, we were fully reliant on communication from our freight forwarders. And so if a freight forwarder is ever not on top of it, they miss something, they're really busy, so they're delayed in telling us that, hey, your ETA has changed. We're completely in the dark to that. And so getting that real-time visibility kind of separate from our freight forwarders has been huge for us. And taking that information and then improving our customer service based on that information that we're getting. So that's the biggest thing that we have tried to do with FourKites is using the ETAs to communicate better to up the supply chain and down the supply chain. And then the second thing, I kind of touched on it, but it's just being less reliant on our freight forwarders and making FourKites our single source of truth for everything related to shipments. So we're kind of taking the control back into our own hands. We wanted to be the ones to first hear about disruptions and delays or even improvements that are happening on our shipments. We don't want to be reliant on someone else to have to tell us that information. We want to be able to get it ourselves and then be proactive to go and follow up with our freight forwarders and, take action where we need to.
So what is your team doing within and out of FourKites? And what are the specific features you're using to do that?
One of the biggest things is just being able to, okay, if we see an exception happening, like let's say we go in and we filter by the tag Red Sea avoidance and we see all of the shipments. Okay, now I can actually look at each of these shipments. I can see, is it going to be late? How late is it going to be? Is it being rerouted? All of that information is right there on each of the shipment cards. And that information is really crucial for us to know, okay, if this is going to be, a week late, what does that impact down the line? If it's an inbound shipment to the US, is this going to impact our production planning? Is there a critical component on this shipment that if we don't have it here, we can't run production when we have it planned? And so that kind of investigative work is so much easier to do within FourKites because it's all consolidated. And kind of as Ashley mentioned, like prior to this, it was multiple Excel files trying to dig in that were from our freight forwarders. And so being able to filter, pull out specific hot shipments, and then see the exact information that we need to make decisions is crucial. And then, after we get that information outside of FourKites, what we're doing is that I mentioned it before, but proactive communication. So, if we need to go to our freight forwarder and say, hey, this is stuck at a transship port, what can you do to get this moving? Or we go to our planning group and we say, this shipment is going to be late. Here's the new ETA. We also use the watcher feature, so we can add our material planning group to critical inbound shipments and say, hey, we're going to add you as a watcher. If the ETA changes, you're going to know, and you can update the production plan if needed. So for us, the outside work is taking all of the great data that we're getting within FourKites and giving it to our customers, whether that's an internal or an external customer, so that people can either action or make decisions that help us be more efficient, agile, making decisions based on data that's actually correct and accurate rather than guessing.